So what is conative energy? The word conative is actually one of the 1,000 most obscure words in the English language. But really then, why do you even care what it is and what it means to you? Well, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what conative energy is and why it makes such a big difference to you understanding your greatest competitive advantage, you. How it makes a huge difference to you being authentic to yourself, in your work, and as a leader. This is a part of a series of videos that I'm doing on all of those topics, cultivating your greatest competitive advantage, leadership. And if you haven't watched the other videos, please go do that and then come back to this one. I'm Nicole Whipp, and this is Healthy Success 101, where smart success is all about forgetting the burnout and the overwhelm. So there are people in this world that are what we call stabilizers. And their natural instinct is to stick with what's familiar. Would anybody in this room describe themselves as somebody like that? Your natural instinct is to stick with the things that's familiar. You're not going to go out and wander the world. You aren't the person that if I put you into a room and said, let's brainstorm, you're going to be like, oh God, no thanks. Right? Okay, I'm getting a couple of people admitting to that. And then on the other variety of the spectrum, which I have a lot of WBEs in here, so I expect this, we have people that really love variety and love to initiate change. And if you see a process, you're like, I don't want to follow those steps. There's too many steps, right? You want to initiate change. And then we have the people in the middle, which are sort of our modifiers. And scientifically, there's been tons of studies done on this. 25% of the population fits over here, in what we call insistent energy over here. 50% of the population's here, and 25% is over here. Now, in my team, I'm just going to give you an example. I am that person, imagine. But most of my team are these people. And in corporate, most people are going toward this range, stabilizers. And so here you are, WBE, and you're super excited. You have so many ideas, and you are going to come at them with all of them. All the ideas. Right? Well, you may want to consider that you might be talking to somebody that's a stabilizer. And you have to understand that their instinct is to keep things the same. Keep things the same. And that can feel like conflict to us. So when we're talking to somebody and they're just like so uninterested in what we have to say, well, okay, there are very valid reasons for being uninterested in what you have to say. It could be that you are not interesting. It could be that what you have to sell or offer is not appropriate now or ever, right? It's possible. But it's also possible that your approach to them is overwhelming and inappropriate for that person's instincts. And so when you understand this from a fundamental level, it doesn't feel like conflict as much anymore because it's not personal. Like I go into meetings, and when I sense that I'm dealing with a stabilizer, my approach to them, I'm really trying to back off because I know that I can be really overwhelming if I don't. But then if I'm with another person that's like me, then it's on fire. But guess what? If I don't hold them to the next step, then it's a disaster. So, okay. So I'm pointing this out to you guys because often what happens in the workplace and then in our relationships with our clients or our vendors or our corporates is that this kind of conative issue feels like conflict. And it can be conflict if you don't have the self-awareness around it and the awareness of others that's going to be able to change the way you're approaching.